Hello! Are you interested in Samsung's newest flagship?
Yes!
But you're not sure if this thing is worth it? Maybe you're due for an upgrade and you've been searching the landscape of phones, wondering which one would best suit you. Or maybe you have the Note 8 and you just don't believe the Note 9 is worth switching to. No matter the reason, I believe you'll find answers to your questions in this video.
Yeehaw!
As we explore my top 5 features of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. But what's up, handsome people? If you're like me and you have a limited income but you love expensive gadgets, you've come to the right place. On this channel, we focus on getting the best gadgets for the least amount of cash. So if you're new here,
subscribe now.
And hey, don't be shy. Feel free to check out the notes and the links in the YouTube description below anytime during the video. So let's see what the top 5 features are. All right, so the number 1 reason why you should get the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 is the camera. This camera is a beast. It has multiple features. We have panorama. We have a pro mode for people that are a little bit better than myself at taking photos.
You better ask somebody.
A feature that I use a lot, which is a live focus, which blurs the background and focuses on the actual subject. We have the auto feature with AI built in. Now what the AI does is it figures out what you're taking a photo of and it selects the best lighting, the best focus, the best aperture, all that automatically. We have super slow-mo, which is back and it's better than ever. An AR emoji, which I'm not that big of a fan on, but it's there. And hyperlapse. So the cool thing about the camera, it has a telephoto lens and a wide angle lens. Now both lenses have optical image stabilization, plus they have a 2x zoom with a 10x digital zoom. This thing is awesome. It's amazing what they have done in such a small device. So the picture size for the rear camera is going to max out at 12 megapixels with a 4:3 aspect ratio. And you could choose accordingly what type of aspect ratio you would prefer. Video size is Ultra HD, which is 4K, 60 frames per second. That's what it maxes out on. We also have Ultra HD, Quad HD, Full HD with 60 frames per second, Full HD, which is what I keep my settings on, and the rest, as you can see down below. So it does state here that
Ultra HD, 60 frames per second, Ultra HD, Quad HD, and Full HD, 60 frames per second resolutions don't support tracking autofocus and video effects.
Which, you know, I'm not that great of a photographer.
I don't even know what that means.
I try my best to take good photos and to get good shots, but I'm learning just like everybody else. I'm in no means a professional. So that's why I keep it at Full HD, so that way I can get the best image quality for my expertise. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. Right here, you have the Scene Optimizer, which automatically adjusts the color settings of your pictures to match the subject matter. Of course, HDR. We have Tracking Autofocus, which focuses and tracks the subject selected on the preview screen. So let me show you how that works. So if I were to press that towards my subject, then it focuses on the actual subject. We also have super slow-mo, different options there, multi-take or single take. Here's the information on the front camera. It is an 8 megapixel front camera with a 4:3 aspect ratio. The front video size, which also can record in Quad HD. It's pretty amazing. Timer, HDR, of course. Flaw detection. This is a new feature for the Note 9 that wasn't on the S9 or S9 Plus. So basically, if somebody blinks or the picture looks a little blurry, it'll notify you and it'll tell you that you may want to take another photo.
I'm sorry, try again.
So motion photo, what that does is it records a short video clip of what happens before each picture is taken. That's nothing new. Video stabilization, location tags, yeah. Voice control, which definitely comes in handy, but this is nothing new. This has been going on for quite some time. Now the reviews for the camera have not been released yet, at least as far as what I've seen, but I can almost guarantee that this is going to be one of the best cameras for 2018. We still have Google. They're coming out with the Google Pixel 3, which actually I believe has a notch on it. And of course we have the new iPhone, which is coming out later on this year. Both of those phones will have excellent cameras, but as for right now, I believe this is the champ. All right, so now that I've gone over some of the settings in this awesome camera for the Note 9, here are some amateur shots that I've taken with the Note 9, both video and photos. Enjoy. So the number 2 reason why you should pick up the Note 9 above everything else is the battery. Now, I'm not able to tear apart the phone and actually see the battery, but another YouTuber was. If you aren't aware of Jerry Rig Everything, I'll post this video in the card with the teardown of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Now, one thing you'll notice of the teardown is this thing has a huge battery. It has 4,000 milliamps of battery. Compared to last year's Note, which only had about 3,300 milliamps of battery, this thing is an all-day powerhouse. Now, I've only had it for several days, but I am telling you people, this thing lasts all day. Now, mind you, I do work a full-time job, and I do work 8 hours, sometimes more than 8 hours. So a good portion of that time, the phone is on standby. But I take it out during my breaks and my lunches, and usually at my second break at 3 o'clock, this thing still has about 60 to 70% battery left. I take it off the charge at 7 a.m. So from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., it loses 35–40% battery. Now, after I come home and I watch YouTube and I text and I tweet and I do all that stuff, usually by the time I get to bed, about 12 o'clock, 12:30 or so, the battery is about 10%. Compared to the Note 8, which actually got great battery life, normally about 8 or 9 o'clock, the Note 8 was already screaming, "Help me!" But not the Note 9. Thank you, Samsung. All right, so that brings us to number 3, which is the speakers. Now, I had to put it in landscape mode in order to get the full effect of the speakers. This thing has 2 speakers, which gives you that stereo effect. Now, I did mention this in my unboxing video, which I'll leave in the card above, that these speakers are awesome! And that's actually what I really loved about the S9 Plus that I had. All right, so let's check out my YouTube channel and I'll show you guys what I mean. Hello! Are you looking? Oops, I hit the Bixby button. Wrong button. Don't want Bixby. For a wireless speaker that starts the party. Okay, so just like the S9, you cover the bottom and you can still hear it. A speaker that has longevity. Cover the top and you can still hear it. Now let's turn it up. Well, you don't have to look any further than the Douni A7 portable Bluetooth speaker. If you're like me and you have a limited income, but you love expensive gadgets, you've come to the right place. Yes, you have. On this channel, we focus on getting the best gadgets. We get the best gadgets here. Least amount of cash. So if you're new here, so yeah, it is a little tinny when it's maxed out, but it's a lot better than previous versions. It's a lot better than previous Notes, the S8, and so on and so forth. All right, so that brings us to number 4, which is the storage. Previously to the Note 9, the Notes had 64 gigabytes of storage, which if you own a Note, that storage can go by the wayside quickly. This is your mobile computer. This is a computer that you keep in your pocket at all times. This is what you take your photos with. This is what you take your videos with. This is what you jot notes down. This is what you save contacts to. This is what you use to entertain your kids. The list goes on and on and on. And every business professional knows that the Note 8 is a powerhouse, but it did lack in the storage capacity. Now, it's always had expandable storage. The difference this year is instead of having 64 gigabytes, it has 128 gigabytes, and that comes standard with every Note 9. Of course, you could spend a few $100s more. Winner! You get the 512 gigabyte model, which also has an additional 2 gigabytes of RAM. But for whatever reason, T-Mobile only had the 120 gigabytes, which is plenty for me, especially because it has expandable storage. All right, so let me share something with you. Now this has 128 gigabytes, but like I said, there's a 512 gigabyte option. Plus, this thing it can expand up to 512 additional gigabytes using a micro SD card. So 512 gigabytes plus 512 gigabytes equals
1 terabyte.
1 terabyte of storage. That is insane. My PC only has 256 gigabytes of storage. And this thing at maximum capacity can hold up to 1 terabyte of storage? Hey, Tim Cook.
Listen carefully.
Would you please listen to your customers? The customers want more storage, and they don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it. Samsung has made it possible for you to get 1 terabyte of storage. Imagine that. You could have your entire music library on your phone. That to me is just, it's just crazy. It's awesome.
I love you.
I love what they do. I love that they listen to their customers and they give them their best, because the customers deserve the best. So that brings us to the 5th reason. And that reason, although it's been out for a while, is Samsung Pay. Now, for those of you that don't know what Samsung Pay is, it's the ability to use your phone as form of payment. What you do is you input your card information on your phone, and what it does is it generates a fictitious number that's linked to the card. So don't worry if your phone gets lost or stolen, because the intruders will not be able to pinpoint that information. Now you're able to make payments through the iris scanner, through the fingerprint reader on the back, as well as a pin or a pattern. And here's another bonus for using Samsung Pay on your new Galaxy Note 9. This is what Samsung is calling the Platinum Experience. Here, I'll briefly go into it. So basically, Samsung wants you to use the Note 9 for your purchases. And as you make the purchases, you redeem more points.
Winner!
And as you get more points, you can go to the Samsung store, you can purchase items, you can do gift certificates, drawings, giveaways, a bunch of stuff. Samsung makes it easy to make payments not only with your phone, but also rewards you for doing so. So here's a pretty cool one that's coming up. I gotta make 3 purchases on Labor Day, and I earned 400 points for doing so. It's easy. So here, I'm gonna show you Samsung Pay in action. Oh yeah, and here's another thing too. Samsung Pay works on 99.9% of terminals, even the old ones, which is so awesome. Because I get people all the time saying, we don't take that form of payment, or
I don't know if we take that, or
hey, I just tell them, oh, okay, well, let me try it out and we'll go from there. I mean, I do have the physical card, but I love using my Samsung Pay. And guess what? I love proving them wrong. I love showing them that Samsung Pay works, even on older terminals. It's the greatest thing. I mean, it's just awesome. But you can only get that in Samsung devices. And the best way to do it is with the Note 9. So if you're ready to buy or would like more information on the Samsung Galaxy Note 9, click the link in the description below or leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to make sure you're in the loop for all things handsome gadgets. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and of course a thumbs down if you didn't care for it. Don't forget to follow me on all major social media platforms at Handsome Gadgets. Thank you and have a good one.